11.
Mad at the mayor.
Man, am I pissed off.
Warren residents sound off on Jim Fouts
so that I could tell him how he broke my heart.
After an alleged recording of him slamming people with disabilities.
Show your face. You're a disgrace. I hope you're replaced and you can kiss my you-know-what.
About 100 people came out tonight in Warren to vent their frustration, some in tears, over a secret recording that has been attributed to Warren Mayor Jim Fouts.
Yeah, those angry residents called on City Council to do something about it. Mara McDonald live in Warren tonight. After all those heartfelt comments, Mara, is Council going to do anything?
The answer right now, Steve, is nothing. The City Council opted to table any of the options in front of them to try and bring some sort of clarity to the situation. Take a listen.
His latest comments are close to satanic.
People lined up to tell Warren City Council exactly how they feel about a secret recording made by a former city employee who says this is Mayor Jim Fouts.
And I don't want to be around him. I wish them well in a cage.
The recording lasts about 7 minutes, but for many in this crowd, some parents of children with special needs, it won't be forgotten.
She does not belong in a cage. I'm enraged by this type of nonsense. I'm so mad I can't even speak. How dare he? I'm going to tell you what, you don't need a forensic specialist. We all know whose voices on that tape.
I would rather have my son that says 2 words and a hug around my neck than the mother of Mayor Fouts or his family.
Jackie Marvin's 2 nieces have special needs and were invited to Warren's tree lighting in 2014 and stood with the mayor. Now?
I heard the mayor and instantly I thought, did he make fun of her when the ceremony was over?
Back here live, despite multiple voice recognition experts saying this is Fouts on this tape, he maintains that it is not him. His latest post on social media today, he once again said this is not him. At this point, he has refused any requests for an on-camera interview. We are live in Warren tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And we are following breaking news out of Mexico. The death toll continues to rise after an explosion at a fireworks market. Boy, it was a big one and tragic. 29 people killed, 72 others injured in that blast. It rocked the market on the outskirts of Mexico's capital. Police say the San Pablito market is well known as a fireworks vendor. They had an explosion back in 2005. Last year, a fire destroyed hundreds of stands. The search and rescue effort will continue overnight.
Also breaking tonight, a major illegal marijuana grow operation uncovered on Detroit's east side.
More than 400 plants confiscated from this warehouse. Tim Pamplin is there with the night cam.
Tonight we can take you inside this grow operation. Big, heavy, reinforced steel doors just been taken down by Detroit police narcotics officers. You see them standing in here, knocked down the doors. They found the marijuana grow operation. Hundreds upon hundreds of plants at various stages of maturity. I'm being told a street value, get this, of close to $1 million. Now, the lead officer on this case says that the medical marijuana laws have gotten things a little foggy.
This is not how this is supposed to work. It's not how it's supposed to operate. So the medical marijuana laws are being taken advantage of.
He tells me the plants in this warehouse were destined to end up at one of the many dispensaries around town. So to continue through this warehouse, this is where the more mature plants are, awaiting to be harvested. Detroit police say they got a tip from a citizen and have shut this illegal operation down. That is a scene along Van Dyke, near 8 Mile, with a night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
2 former emergency managers for Flint are now charged in the Flint water crisis. Darnell Early and Gerald Ambrose are among 4 new people charged in connection with the lead-tainted water. Among the charges, conspiracy to commit false pretenses and willful neglect of duty. Former city employees Howard Croft and Dorothy Johnson are also charged with conspiracy and false pretenses. This brings the total number of those charged to 13.
The manhunt is intensifying at this hour for the attacker responsible for plowing through a crowd at a Christmas market with a truck in Berlin. The attack happened last night. 12 people killed, 48 injured. The truck jumped the sidewalk going 40 miles an hour. An employee of the truck company was later found, shot and killed. He's not considered a suspect. Police believe they had the 23-year-old attacker, but forensic tests have not linked him to the truck's cab.
Two possibilities. Either he's a lone wolf, and then he's probably going to go into hiding someplace, or he has co-conspirators and other people who might help him.
ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack, saying it was carried out by a soldier of the Islamic State.
A hotel guest in Canton says she was flashed by a man in an elevator. The 24-year-old woman tells police on Monday morning she and the man were alone in the elevator at La Quinta, and he complimented her hair. She says he then dropped his pants and started touching himself. When the elevator got to the next floor, she ran off and reported the incident. That man has not been located. Now, more breaking news. A former NFL player shot and killed in Northwest Detroit, and police say whoever did it tried to cover up their tracks. The former Buffalo Bill is one of two people found dead in a basement of a home.
Both appear to have multiple gunshot wounds. Sean Lay is live on the scene. Sean, do police have any suspects in this case?
Not right now. We'll show you what police are doing to try to drum up some suspects here. But what we have is two families on the northwest side absolutely devastated. We're on Pearson. This is Hessel. 8 Mile Road is just a block that way. We're talking about family members of Robert Edens, a former NFL star, and his friend Ricky, a 32-year-old father of 4, found in this home here. It was Edens' father who had not heard from his son in 24 hours. At 6 o'clock tonight, he went rushing to the home and went inside, and he made an awful discovery.
It's very devastating to all of us that he's gone.
Bridget Edens is simply stunned. Just this past Saturday, she was with her son, former Buffalo Bills linebacker Robert Edens, as Edens was celebrating his son's 4th birthday. At 6 o'clock tonight, Edens' concerned father came to check on Edens at Edens' grandmother's home on Pearson, finding the former Crockett High School football star shot to death in the basement, along with another man, family members identifying him as 32-year-old Ricky McFarland, a father of 4. We know one room was ransacked, TVs left on, and gas filling the home.
They try to blow the house up. They had the TVs on. The whole house smelled like gas. That's why we can't go in there. The whole house. They tried to blow. They ransacked it and everything.
Police tell us whoever shot and killed both men were trying to cover their tracks.
The gas was on from the stove. Somebody left on. The pilots were not lit, so it looks like it was an intentional act.
Edens played for Ball State, signed with the Bills in 2011. After 1 year, injuries sending him out of football and back home to Detroit and a big family that loved him.
So I'm just so numb. I can't tell you. I can't cry. I can't do nothing. All I know, this is just my family don't need this at this time.
Back here live on the northwest side, all this shock for back here live on the northwest side, all the shock here by both families of what's happened. The bottom line is there are no suspects at this time. Detroit Police Homicide investigators all over this neighborhood, going door to door, looking for any witnesses, also talking to family members to see who might be responsible for this double homicide. We're live in Detroit tonight on the west side. Sean Late, Local 4.
2 fathers gone.
Horrible.
Now all those children without their father.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
An alleged child abuser back on the streets tonight, all because of an error that could have been prevented. A simple typo set him free.
A store clerk caught off guard by pistol whipping robbers. The video will show you why he never saw it coming. Hey, Ben.
Karen, today was a pretty good start. At least we're leaving us from that deep freeze. And by tomorrow afternoon at noon, we'll already be to 30 degrees. But we're just getting started with a warm-up. More on that coming up.
He came to Michigan with only the shirt on his back.
Well, my life was never been my choice. And we struggled a lot. Actually, we borrowed money from the people.
We'll see how this Arab American priest built a church from the ground up making it a symbol of hope for so many families.
Think he might have.
His life is anything but ordinary. Originally from Syria, but now with deep roots in Livonia. One Arab-American priest has become a pillar in the community.
He has traveled far and wide, but Sandra Ali shows us he has built something very special here in Metro Detroit.
He has 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and he's been serving as a priest for 45 years. Hard to believe Father George left Damascus and came to Wayne County alone with next to nothing except for the clothes in his suitcase. He never imagined he would someday build an entire church community right here in Metro Detroit.
So Father, tell me how you came to this church life. How did this happen?
Sandra, all my life was never been my choice. I was sent at the age of 12 to the monastery without my consent, but my parents gave me to the bishop and he sent me to a different country, from Syria to Lebanon.
We tend to do everything our way.
I was ordained a week after I got married, because you cannot get married after you are a priest, and was sent to Detroit on February 6, 1972 to start a mission in Western Wayne County. And we struggled a lot. Actually, we borrowed money from the people, and we paid everyone because we didn't have any money. We didn't have no land, no house, no church, no home, nothing. But I've always took my wife with me wherever I went, and people know. They said he's the priest with the wife. They tell me. This is my favorite icon. Why? Because it's full of compassion, and I think about all these children who are scattered in refugees camp and in every place in the world. I pray that the Blessed Mother will keep them under her shelter.
I don't even know how you begin to wrap your head around everything that's happening in Syria and Aleppo and the horrible images that we're seeing.
It is a living Holocaust. It is a genocide.
Tell me a little bit about your families that come here.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the congregation.
Well, as I said, the congregation is a combination of people from the Middle East. And they come to church because church reminds them of home. They see one another and their solidarity with each other. It lessens the anxiety of war. We still sing our song, dance our dance, and say our prayer. And that is never forgotten, because that's the way Scripture is written, through life and memories of people.
Father George says his mission started when he came to Detroit in 1972. Back then, his congregation was made up of only 4 families, and it's grown to what you see here today. Back to you.
Father Shaloub is an Antiochian Orthodox priest, and that's a denomination of Christianity where priests are allowed to marry.
And if you are wondering, in that church, the congregation does speak Arabic. Interesting piece.
Yeah. Now here's a look at what Hank Winchester has coming up tomorrow night.
Merry Christmas.
Holiday joy spreading at a Detroit school in need of some cheer.
This has really been a nice Christmas for me.
Students at our adopted school, Thurgood Marshall, getting special attention from Metro Detroiters wanting to make sure they have a great holiday.
Every little thing that we do, we think it's just a small thing, and they take it to heart.
Santa Claus, pizza, treats, and big smiles. Join us as we take you inside this very special school. We know you'll be inspired. Tomorrow at 11.
Oh, I'm so inspired. That party is so much fun.
He had
Hank
me
told
at
me
Santa Claus and pizza,
I
you know?
It's going to be a great story, so make sure to join us
That is a great
tomorrow.
story.
Ben is here with what we can expect for tomorrow, and things are definitely warming up.
You know what? In the words of Tony Bennett, the best is yet to come.
There you
Were
go.
you listening to him tonight?
Phenomenal.
Oh,
Isn't that a great show?
What a
90
voice.
years old and just
Amazing.
absolutely great.
That was fun.
So this is going to pale in comparison, but we'll get through it anyway. 24 is where we're at right now. Look at how cold it is in Ann Arbor compared to everywhere else. 15, the number there. And usually when we see this big of a difference, that's indicative of clear skies and light winds, and that's what we've got out there tonight. But the temperature change from yesterday at 11 o'clock to right now, drastic. Anywhere between 12 and 23 degrees warmer than what we saw last night. So the clear skies are out there, and it looks like they'll hold at least through the start of tomorrow. Probably not going to last very long. On Wednesday, we will see those clouds start to build as we get into the second half of the day. And that's going to keep a lid on temperatures, but still warmer than what we saw today. You can see we'll be mostly cloudy once we get past noon. And even though there will be some snow that'll roll through northern parts of lower Michigan and even the UP, the farthest south that that's going to get is possibly the thumb. May see a brief flake there. Other than that, we're going to stay dry through the rest of the week. In fact, our next chance of precipitation doesn't come until Christmas Day, and it ain't snow. 18 degrees is where we're going tonight. Sky's mostly clear. Obviously not quite as cold, but look at these 4-zone highs for tomorrow, especially in our metro zone, which is going to be our warmest spot right around the city. 34 is what we're going to see tomorrow afternoon. Downriver, you're going to pretty much be in that same boat. The warmest temperatures I think we'll see will be a degree warmer than that. Down towards the state line here in Lenawee and Monroe County, we'll see 35. A couple spots will barely get to freezing. We'll confine those up into Genesee County, Fenton and Flint at 32. Everybody else 33 and 34 in our west zone. And north zone, everybody at least hitting the freezing mark, if not slightly above. Smattering of 33s there from Emily City down towards M59. Temperatures continue to warm up as we head towards the upcoming Christmas weekend. 36 on Friday, 37 on Saturday. And again, we're looking at dry conditions until Sunday, and it looks like those showers are going to come in late. So we're going to get through the first part of Christmas Day fine. And then for the day after, on Monday, 52 in the afternoon. It is going to be coming with a lot of rain and some wind, so it's not going to be the most ideal day to be outside. But man, those temperatures can't beat them. Here's tonight's holiday lights, and they come to us from Royal Oak. This is on South Elm Street, where they've got the Minions out there.
Right.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like the Minions of Merry.
It's a combination.
Yes, but they've got all kinds of lights out there. Looks fantastic. We still have time.
Olaf.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder in the winds today if those things were elsewhere for a while.
Probably.
Yeah.
But they'll stay up
Beautiful
for a bit.
display, though. They worked hard on that.
Yeah, they did. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Well, she volunteered to help collect toys for kids in need, and apparently for herself as well. How investigators say this woman scammed toys for tots.
He never saw him coming. A store clerk pistol whipped by a group of robbers. What's next?
Kids are.
Well, they came up from behind. Two robbers walk into a Texas grocery store and pistol whip the clerk working customer service desk. Now, the hit knocked the employee to his knees. The crooks then demanded to empty the register. They took off with the cash. The clerk is recovering from his injuries tonight. The robbers remain on the run.
An accused child abuser is free, all because of a typo. He is Cedric Burton of Spokane, Washington. He was babysitting his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter when she suffered 2 broken arms and a broken leg. He was arrested. After his arrest, Burton's bond was supposed to be $250,000, but on the paperwork, one of the zeros was mistakenly dropped, making bond $25,000, which somebody posted for him, and he went free. Now, the good news in the story, since his release, Burton has showed up for all of his scheduled court hearings.
A real-life Grinch is struck in Florida, accused of stealing from charity. Tammy Strickland, a former Toys for Tots volunteer, allegedly scammed the nonprofit out of hundreds of dollars in presents for kids. Police say she filled out fake applications, making up Social Security numbers and fake names for more than 100 children. Police found all these toys still in their packaging in her home. They still don't know why she stole them, but she is facing nearly 200 felony charges.
Tammy.
That's got to be near the bottom, stealing from children at Christmas.
Where did that happen?
Yeah.
Where did that happen?
Down in Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
What do you need to know, right? I mean, everything's there.